coastal patrols in what were now these rather obsolete aircraft, including over the beaches of Dunkirk. And one of those patrols was going on the 1st of June 1940, led by Pilot Officer Pete Peters, the aim being to reassure the remaining troops on the Dunkirk beaches during the evacuation, but it was pounced upon by no fewer than 9 Messerschmitt DF-109s. The RAF decided to adopt the Gladiator and enter service with number 72 Squadron in February 1937. It's more powerful than the Gauntlet that preceded it, with a later version of the very smooth Bristol Mercury radial engine. They changed the wing strut configuration also to reduce airframe drag. As meanwhile, the Yaks get airborne off the hard, and then we'll be bringing back the Lysanders. The Yak-18T leading off the 2 Yak-52's. Some more of the home team. These are the Flying Comrades, a Yakovlev Yak-18T and a pair of Yak-52's. They've become increasingly regular sights here at Duxford and at selected other displays around East Anglia. You might think the aircraft leading the Yak-18T is a bit of an unlikely mount to be fully aerobatic. It is. Found sales with other Soviet operators and aero clubs. Very simple, rugged construction in the Soviet traditions. Fabric covered tail, plane, elevators and rudder. Most of the structure is made from riveted alloy panels. Only the wing centre section is conventional all metal. Because it was designed for the training role, even if for an airline, it was decided to make it fully aerobatic. That's the aircraft leading the trio. There are more common Yak-52's accompanying. They all share the same engine, the 9-cylinder Vedeneyev M14P of about 360 horsepower, which powered all sorts of Soviet-era designs. And again, ruggedness and simplicity really to the fore with the Yak-52. When they come round on this orbit, you'll see that the main wheels on both of the outboard aircraft in this formation haven't retracted fully into the wings. That is deliberate, because it was deemed a good thing if a ham-fisted student pilot forgot to lower the undercarriage. It was also considered a good thing to give the Yak-52 pneumatic systems rather than anything more advanced to operate the engine starter, the flaps, the brakes and the undercarriage. Now both of these types of Yak, of course, gained huge favour in the West following the fall of the Iron Curtain in the early 1990s. In excess of 1,000 Yak-18Ts were built, most of them when production resumed at the Smolensk plant during 1993 to meet Western demand. And as for the Yak-52, well, all series production was undertaken not in the Soviet Union but by the Aerostar firm in Romania, beginning in 1978. They're now changing into line astern. The Yak-52 served with DOSAF, the Soviet paramilitary flying training organisation, and the Romanian military. American customers began in 1992, and it's just gone on from there. In excess of 1,800 of these aircraft have been built. There have been new variants with Western sales absolutely in mind, a tail dragger, some of them with uprated engines. It's basically a two-seat development of the single-seat Yak-50, which had a tail wheel as opposed to this nose wheel arrangement, but still with very good aerobatic capabilities. The team leader, Phil Hardesty, calling them all up into a roll. first two aircraft in the formation, the 18T and the first of the 52's, both owned by Nigel Newton, Alex's father, and the team always likes to thank him for his support to their displays. In a nice tight line of stern formation as they come back from the left. Phil calling a rolling left and the others follow. He calls climbing and they will again do likewise. And now calling them into echelon right. Time was when you couldn't move on the display circuit for teams of Yak. Some of you might remember the Red Stars racing team with their mock air racers in the mid-1990s. The Aerostars flew 50's and 52's for very many years. We saw them at so many Duxford displays. They were always absolutely brilliant. The Yakovlevs was another well-established team which has disbanded more recently. Well, there with the Aerostars and the Yakovlevs both gone. The chance to see these aircraft in a team display is quite a rare one, in the UK at least. But Phil calls smoke on go. Display pilots and new display acts have trained here in recent years. There's always plenty of expertise on hand as well from the resident warbird display community. And some of the smaller flying day events here have provided a good, relaxed sort of atmosphere in which teams like the Flying Comrades have been able to earn their spurs on the display circuit before moving up to some of the larger events. And indeed all three of these pilots have flown various other historic aircraft at Duxford and other shows, Chipmunks, Piper Cubs and the like. Gradually increasing the bank as they come along the display line from left to right, rolling out. The smoke going off on the 252's, and they'll now be turning to the right. The end of their display approaches. The three Yaks are going to be coming in straight towards us on what we call the B axis. Rolling out onto the B axis. The smoke comes on with the two Yak 52's. And there's the final break by the 2023 Flying Comrades. So the order of things will be, once the Flying Comrades have landed, the Fury takes off, does its solo display and lands, then about a half-hour intermission, the red arrows will be on at 5 o'clock, and then we'll be seeing slightly delayed till around 5:30.